ever.
Yeah.
I say a lot of things wrong. I had never said the word... I'd only ever read the word Yosemite, and I said Yosemite for a really long time.
That's crazy. I welcome being corrected, for sure. I just don't think it happens that often.
We welcome it. We just slip up very rarely.
Yeah, so, like, stay awares.
Yeah.
Don't feel
keep
free
an eye
to
out
correct.
for Selena. Yeah.
Remember that time that we said that we thought pugs were invented in the 60s?
You guys were kind of mean about that one.
And we were wrong.
We were
Thank
wrong,
you.
but it was like a well-intentioned...
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Well, I have nothing but respect for pugs.
No, me neither.
I
just don't think that they are, like, healthy.
No, they're not, but neither is my smush-faced dog. And when I sat with myself and I did some introspection, I realized that they do have an ancient quality to them.
I know. I once someone pointed it out, I was like, of course.
As old as time.
And I'm, again, happy to be corrected.
I will also add, we spent a week being like, fuck off with these pugs. Like, everyone's, like, breathing down our necks. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're stupid about pugs.
Did I make a stink of it in the moment? Sure. Have I
But
come to accept
ultimately,
it?
we're happy to be corrected.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name's Molly.
And my name is Claire.
And this is
Bookstupid.
Wow, we kind of flipped
Yeah,
it
I
up
know.
that
Sorry.
time.
Is that okay?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
It felt a little weird, but I liked it. Too.
Yeah, cool.
Um,
What you been up to?
I had a weird weekend. Totally fine. I'm fine, but it was weird.
Okay.
Like, people keep asking me about it. Like, how was that?
What the fuck?
Because I went to the Lizzie Borden house.
Do things happen to people there?
Well, it's haunted.
It's
Yeah.
like...
Although, I think all of us came, like, I'm like you
All of
believe in
you
ghosts. Yeah. It was a bit of an orgy. I think, do you believe in ghosts, right?
Oh, I try not to.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm not, you don't engage?
Yeah, I don't want to, like, open myself to that kind of communing.
Me neither, really.
Yeah. Which I guess
do
admits a
believe in
certain, like,
ghosts.
openness to...
I think,
Right,
correct.
like, I have a reverence that suggests I believe in them, but I don't. I'm keeping that channel closed.
I'm on the same page where I believe in ghosts, but I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I believe you, I don't need to see you.
Yeah,
Seeing them doesn't need to be believing.
totally. Because
but-
you're a woman of faith, right?
Yes.
We gotta stop saying Southern.
Yeah, we do.
When we do faith. It's Sweet Magnolia.
It's Sweet Magnolia. It's My Life with the Welsh Boys. It's,
Oh my god, she's back.
I know. I haven't started.
watched.
Okay, good either. I'm too busy in Cousins. I can't go to Colorado right now.
No, thank God we have that as a chaser.
I know. Once it's over, I'll be ready to
watch another brother
brother
fucker.
romance.
Yeah.
Brother fucker. So but I think we all, I don't know, like, all four of us, like, believe in ghosts. It was me, Jubes, Dan, and Ange. We're going for Ange's birthday.
Okay.
Because she's really into spooky stuff. Well, I think we all had, like, a healthy reverence belief in ghosts, but I think we all came away from it, like, a little more skeptical. At least I did, because I was like, I just thought this place was so haunted that I would witness something that made me, like, and there was really nothing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
I don't think ghosts are attached to spaces. I think they're
Interesting.
attached to people.
That's even scarier. Do you know about Lizzie Borden?
Sit with that. No.
Okay, let me provide a little. Shall I do a
Oh,
little?
you got me. I don't know about...
Do you know about Lizzie Borden? Yeah, we went to so many
I'm
doors.
just kind of sensing you might not know about Lizzie Borden.
Let me tell you. So she was this woman, lived in this house with her sister, her father, and her father's second wife. Lizzie's mom died.
Okay.
So it was the four of them. They had, like, a toxic situation where, like, both of the daughters hated the dad.
Are they all adults?
Yeah, yes. Lizzie and her sister are kind of, like, verging on old maids.
Okay.
She, I think, was 32 or 31.
At the time.
At the time, practically dead.
Yeah. A crime.
And her sister was even older. I think she was
my God.
in her 40s, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they lived in this house in Fall River, Massachusetts. There's a lot of tension leading up to... Eventually, the father and stepmother are murdered via axe, brutally. And there was reportedly a lot of tension leading up to that where, like, the dad was, like, very cheap, didn't want to, like, spend money, and that seemed to be an issue. And then I think he was also
old crone daughters.
I think he was resentful of his crone daughters living in the house. So it was just, like, tense. And then all of a sudden one day both father and stepmother are murdered on 2 separate floors of the house with an axe. The stepmother is murdered first, which is important because she was murdered first, the money went to the father's direct line. If it had been flip-flopped, the money would have gone to the stepmother's family.
Oh.
Or something like that.
And when is this? What
this
year?
This is like 1892.
And what kind of...
Thank you.
1892.
We did go on like 4 tours.
August 4th, 1892.
So the house is still standing.
Do they have the forensics at that time to, like,
so
call
there's
time of death?
There's more than I think you would be. Yes, they do have the...
So pugs were around.
Yeah. Just so you know, when Lizzie Borden was alive, pugs were also around. But they do have the... Yeah, they're able to, like, correctly identify the time of death. Which was very interesting to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They also, like, bungled the investigation in other ways where, like, for some reason they took the heads off the bodies and then boiled the faces off the body. It's revolting. So basically Lizzie Borden was pegged as the primary suspect. I'm still not, like... I think really the motive is for me the thing. I do think she probably did it just because I think...
Don't forget about Bridget/Maggie. That they were all horrible to her and she was her friend.
Okay, so there's also this maid, I don't know why I'm calling her a housemaid. This maid, Maggie, well, technically her name was Bridget, but she was Irish, and apparently all Irish people were just Maggie
or Patty.
Back then, and Patty. So anyway, those two were tight. The dad was really mean to Bridget, and so there's, like, a few arguments that, like, maybe it was, like, a friendship/lover vengeance murder, or it was the financial stress, who knows, but she mostly got pegged as, like, the murderess. Okay. But there's this one part where she's like, I forget, she's like burning a dress with blood or something, and they're like, hey, what's all that blood? And she's like, I have my period. And they're all like, all right, Jesus. Never mind. Oh my God. Sorry we asked. And I said to Larry, like, that still works. Like,
totally, yes. On a meeting today, I went, oh, sorry, there are tampons behind me. And the meeting shut down.
Yeah. Everyone just closed their computers.
Yep.
Like, that still is an absolute vibe killer.
Yeah.
Like, I have my period.
Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, the house is still standing. And it's, like, changed ownership a few times. And they've now, like, redecorated it to be pretty much in the condition that it was at the time. And you can stay there.
Freaks, yeah.
Yeah, so we stayed there. We also did a ghost tour at night. A ghost hunt, excuse me.
Well, what became of Lizzie Borden?
She was acquitted. Yeah, thank you for bringing me back around here. She was acquitted because there really wasn't...
Because she had her period.
She had her period. Like, and who could blame a girl?
Right.
She was acquitted, and then she and her sister moved into a house in, like, the nicer part of town. Like, they got the money, and they, like... And then, but it's actually quite sad. So then she had kind of a nice life. She befriended, like, all of these actors in the town and had this, like... I don't know, and then, like, maybe had a gay affair also.
Great.
But then she and her sister, like, stopped talking in the last... I don't know, 20 years of their lives.
Because the murder ultimately weighed on them?
I think so, and I think her sister was like, she's a freak, eventually, and, like, moved out, and then they died 9 days apart, having never reconciled.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
But she was, yeah, and then also there's this, I won't get into it, but the neighboring house, there was a mother who had 3 children, and then after the third one had postpartum depression and attempted to kill her kids and then killed herself. And 2 of them did die, and she also died.
Oh,
and
brother.
It said that, and she's also related to Lizzie Borden, which is crazy.
Oh my God.
So it said that, well, that's what the people of Fall River said, Molly, in 1892.
I just mean that relatives often live next to each other, particularly in that time period.
Sure. No, I'm kidding. I bet she had her period, too.
Hell yeah.
But they say that those spirits also live in the house. And then there's also, like, apparently Ouija boards used to be allowed. They're not anymore, thank God. So it's said that the Ouija boards also brought in some strays. So anyway, we did a ghost hunt.
To the extent that I do believe in ghosts, I would never touch a Ouija board.
Oh, I think I have once, and I really regret it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good shit.
Yeah. That's where you got your little guy.
Story for a different day, but yeah, there's like an old guy apparently attached to my soul. A psychic told me once.
He smells terrible.
He smells terrible and wears a weird hat. And he's my friend. But the ghost hunt was like fun, honestly. It was like we did like a nighttime. This fucking guy named Spencer works for the company that now owns the house. He's like stoned out of his mind. And he's like, "You're gonna see some lights switch on and off tonight, probably."
If you have a medical condition that prevents you from experiencing
This is honestly a really good imagine. Also, it was making me laugh. First, we did a walking tour of the town, a ghost walking tour, and then later we did a ghost hunt, both led by Spencer. And the whole time he's wearing like a beanie that says like U.S. Ghost Hunter, and he's talking like you just did, and he absolutely needs to say the phrase more or less in every other sentence. Halfway through the walking tour, I started counting. We hit 12.
That's so funny.
He would like pass the bank and he'd be like, "So this is more or less the bank where Lizzie Borden went on the day." And more or less she would come here. And it was just making me laugh so hard. He said it. I am not kidding. He probably that night heard the phrase more or less 50 times. But you're supposed to leave a little money at this place because the guy who died, Andrew Borden, he apparently was like really cheap. So if you don't like leave him a little money, he'll come after you. So
that's a perfect ploy.
Totally. But like everyone leaves like a penny. I left 2 quarters. So I was like, I should be good. And then as we were leaving, there's a pear tree in the backyard of this house, which features prominently in like a couple people's alibis for some reason.
Really?
Where people are like, I was over on the bench. I couldn't have been there. I was eating a pear in the backyard. And for some reason, when we were leaving, I was like, I want a pear. And I took a pear, which, like, you're for sure not allowed to do.
That's a crazy
And I
move.
wasn't at all thinking about
possessed.
the spiritual implications.
Oh, it's fine.
And then I got home and I was like, this pear is in my house.
You brought it all the way back to the city?
Yeah, and then I threw it out because it was giving me the
Good.
heebie-jeebies.
Then it's gone. Yeah. You should have fed it to the little guy attached to your soul.
Yeah. He'd probably love this.
That's just not, you paid for it with your double.
Yeah.
You clearly overpaid. You paid a mouse's ransom.
Yeah,
like 2 quarters.
50 cents for a pear feels
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And
now that you're describing him, actually a little surprised. I don't even have a glancing familiarity with Lizzie Borden.
I didn't really either, to be honest. It's just not one of those crimes that has stuck for me.
No, but you didn't work at Zerv.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
My internship one summer in college was effectively a call center in the middle of Soho. They went under the next year because they were masquerading as a tech company, but basically their whole business model was, let's hire a bunch of college interns to sit in Soho and field customer service calls for mom and pop like tourism companies all over the country. So I was just sitting there all day, like, hey, which way to Dana Point whale watching? And I'm like, give me a second. I am Spencer. I'm like,
more or less, that's going to be.
You're going to take a right here, more or less. But clientele included Carol Baskin's Big Cat Rescue.
Wow.
I did customers. And this was before Tiger King.
Like, yeah, I was because this is pre-COVID.
It was pre-COVID,
by a lot, unfortunately. Old.
Yeah. But I covered a ton of ghost tours, like a ton. That was the for sure the most volume of businesses were ghost tours.
Interesting.
Followed really closely thereafter by whale watching. I want to make that clear.
And Molly really wants to go whale watching if someone will take her.
If anyone could take me.
She can't get into it right now.
Can't get into it right now. That hurt. But no, the ghost tours were always my favorite because the questions would be like, can I bring my summoning device?
There was a couple there that brought their own equipment.
Yeah.
Which actually was kind of interesting because, like, it was interesting to see how the Also, this house has changed ownership a few times and like recently got acquired by this like ghost hunting company. So I wonder if it wasn't
That's weird.
always open to the public. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But there was this couple that brought their own equipment, and it was just interesting, like
Yeah.
how like the company's equipment worked versus there was only one time that their equipment went like, wow, and that was that was honestly very spooky.
Yeah, of course. It's very intriguing. Okay, I'm developing a new hypothesis about cities.
Hit me.
So I'm thinking out loud here. I think I've said previously, if a city's main attraction is breweries, if the main thing you have to do on a Saturday, you're not a city. You're tier 3 at best. Like,
Yeah.
if breweries is your calling card, best of luck.
Sorry to break it to you, you're a town.
You're a town. Sorry, Boulder. But I think there's another class of cities where a primary occupation is going on ghost tours.
Yeah.
Savannah, Georgia.
Oh,
Charleston.
totally. New Orleans, kind of, except that's like a party
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently this small town in Massachusetts.
Fall River, Massachusetts.
River,
I will say there's
Massachusetts.
really not a lot going on outside of it.
How curious that some cities emerge as like spook capitals.
Yeah, and there was like an unsettling energy about it, but I can't tell if that was just because it was economically depressed.
Oh, but you really help by leaving 2 quarters.
and taking a pair.
Yeah, those were rationed for the week, and now you took a pair.
Although we went to a hotel the first night, and it was the busiest hotel I've ever been to.
Weird.
We went to continental breakfast that morning, and it was like being like at Fordham breakfast. It was like seeing the scene.
I'm sorry, that is such a funny phrase. We went to continental breakfast.
Well, we kept talking about it, like, tomorrow's continental breakfast. I had like 5 cups of apple juice at continental breakfast.
Did you shit your pants?
Actually, right after breakfast, I did.
Yeah, girl. Apple juice is like
Fiber City.
Yeah.
I was so hungover. Like, do you remember being hungover in college? And going to the cafeteria and just being like, apple juice.
It started for me in high school. Lauren Hannah had Martinelli's in her fridge.
Oh, a Martinelli's with a bagel when you're hungover. Nothing better.
But it is like the clock just started
Yeah.
and the bathroom better be clear.
Well, I already really had to shit, so it was like it was like this.
You were crowning.
Yeah, I
And
was
you
crowning.
decided to pour some apple juice on that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I induced labor.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. You induced. Well, that's nice. That's
yeah.
crazy, but okay.
Oh, but also this is just a hopefully quick interlude. Sometimes I tend to be long-winded. We also watched the first night we were there. We watched because there's a bunch of movies about Lizzie Borden. So we watched the 2018.
Is she seriously that big a
I
deal?
know, that's how I feel too.
Did she do anything besides murder?
Not really.
Not enough for you?
No.
She was just a woman in the 1890s who got away with a vicious murder.
Okay.
I think that's why people are kind of... And, like, yeah, I don't know. We all were like, we think she did it, but we're kind of like...
I think
off.
she did it.
Exactly. So, yeah, we watched this 2018 adaptation, or movie about it. It's not an adaptation, I guess. Where it takes a gay spin on it, and it uses the theory that Lizzie was in a relationship with
Maggie
Bridget, the maid.
The Irish.
In this
maid.
movie, Chloe Sevigny plays Lizzie Borden.
Really?
Kristen Stewart plays
Oh.
the maid.
Yeah.
And it was so... The movie itself was fine. It ends in the most hilarious way possible,
How?
where it like leads up to the murders, and then you see all of a sudden, like, you know shit's about to go down, like the stepmom is about to get murdered. We go into her bedroom and you just see Chloe Sevigny full nude with an axe, and she murders her stepmom fully nude. And you're like, okay, I mean, honestly, kind of genius to murder someone nude so you don't have to get rid of the clothes.
Sure. But I guess I feel like I'd be leaving kind of, hair, skin,
Sure, you're still, well,
DNA.
it's the 1890s, so.
Right. Forensic science hasn't evolved that much.
And then you're like, okay, so I guess Chloe Sevigny is going to go downstairs naked and kill her dad, too. No, we're actually going to also see Kristen Stewart in full frontal nudity. But she freaks out. She gets fully naked with the axe, and then she's like, I can't do it! And then Chloe Sevigny comes in and kills her with her clothes on, because she's now clothed. So, basically, the male
Kills
director just wanted
Kristen?
No, kills
kills her dad.
the dad.
The male director
wanted us to see full
bodies.
frontal nudity
Yeah.
of both women.
But that really, for me, is total erasure of the central period dress.
Right.
Element.
Yeah. There should have been like period blood
Yeah.
down her thighs as
Yeah.
she was
Right.
murdering.
I need
Because how
that
did they
detail.
manage periods back then? I don't
I
want to
don't
know.
A rag.
A rag.
You're on the rag. I have to imagine that's the etymology of that one.
I also got my period
While you were watching.
while I was like literally on our way to this event, and we were with one boy, and I was a kind of, usually when I get my period it's like, you know,
Yeah.
like you kind of feel it.
Yeah.
I didn't, and
Yeah.
so I got to the hotel and my pants were ruined. Weirdly, this hotel had laundry, so but I did a chemical treatment on my pants with 4 shout wipes that Jupes obviously had, and then I put them in the wash, and I came back, and there was one man on the trip with us, Dan, and he was like, I came in and I was like, did you hear about my little incident? And he was like, no one will really tell me what happened. And I was like, well, my aunt came to visit. But yeah, it was just making me laugh. So that was my weekend.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, Ange.
Happy birthday, Ange. Almost 30.
Almost
She'll be
30.
At the end of the month, she'll be 30. It was premature.
Sure, when this podcast airs, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? I
It's
can't
impossible to say.
Yeah.
Well, and we should also mention, this was Labor Day weekend, so this is a lot of stuff we packed into a long weekend.
Yes.
I, for one, flew to Wisconsin, and then flew to D.C., and then returned to my homestead.
You were all over the map.
Beep, bop, boop, bop, bop. I went to Wisconsin for Corinne's wedding. Shout out Corinne.
Shout out Corinne.
What a beautiful wedding.
What a beautiful wedding.
It was just stunnerell. Some notable elements. 1, a Juliet balcony. Have you heard of such a thing?
No, I haven't, but I'm putting together Instagrams I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And I know go on.
Her wedding reception was at this very grand hotel in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's finest, which haunted.
Uh-huh.
And most of the accounts of haunting we get from MLB players, because it is the hotel where every away team stays when they're playing the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, and the Phillies are in Milwaukee right now.
The Phillies are staying at the Pfister tonight.
Wow, they're being visited by spirits tonight.
Yes.
We're so connected.
I was reading the full Wikipedia page for the Pfister on our way to the reception to try to get up to speed on the haunting of it all. And there's one pitcher, a former pitcher from the Cardinals, who literally he got really messed
He had
up.
a psychotic break.
Yes. And he gave a full press interview being like, I got touched by the Pfister ghost.
I got fisted at the Pfister.
Yeah. It was upsetting. And he played a really bad game against the Brewers the next day.
Oh my God, someone write this book.
People kind of thought, though, that he might have been setting up, I'm going to have a bad game, so I might as well talk about a ghost.
That's crazy.
He's a bit of
He's an unreliable narrator.
Yeah. And a more reliable narrator, Meg the Stallion, stayed there just a few years ago for Summerfest, and she live streamed and was like, there's a fucking ghost at this hotel. So
Scary.
Yeah, but beautiful and grand, and the reception was in the ballroom, and the ballroom has a Juliet balcony, which is just, I don't know if that's a standard thing. It's built into, it's not like there's a balcony around the room. There's just this one little alcove high above us, a floor above, because the ballroom is a 2-story ceiling. It's quite, again, grand.
Yeah.
And when they announced, the band announced the couple, the newly married couple. They come out on the Juliet balcony. They step out like fucking Ava Perón.
Oh, I love that.
And they do a swooping kiss. And then they step back behind the curtain again. We're all going crazy. We're waving our napkins in the air. We're freaking out. And Callie's like, okay, perfect. They've been announced, so I'm just going to head to the bathroom. Heads towards the doors. Now the band goes, and everybody, welcome again to the floor.
No.
Corinne and Alex, they come bursting through the doors. Callie's just about to go. They're like, now turn your attention to the right. And Callie's like,
she's like, just wanted to say hi.
Yeah. But it was just beautiful. Another note, they did a his and hers signature cocktail. Hers, a French 75.
Chic.
Is there a chicer
No.
drink?
Really not.
Really just
Because
taste.
it's like, it's celebratory, but it's also like...
And it's boozy,
Oh, she's
but-
fun. I was going to say, she's boozy.
She's fun. And she's French.
Yeah, and she loves France, no?
She loves France,
Yeah.
yes. And then kind of like my last note on the wedding, I was playing it and I was pretty involved. I was
You were doing Shark Tank.
I was doing Shark Tank, and then this is kind of new. Tried to be helpful. She's got a bunch of nieces and nephews. I'm hamming it up with them. Time to break down the flowers. I'm staying back with the family to break down flowers, to the point where the best man turns to me and goes, "You will help by leaving." And I said, "Okay." Where?
Okay.
Do you know where any of my friends went?
Yeah, I'm like, did you get left alone at this wedding?
Hey, has anyone seen my husband?
And he's like, I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
You will help by leaving. Devastating blow.
Devastating. And I did know where Mittens went. He went in search of Tums. And again, the
Wow.
Pfister is a hotel, so a light bulb goes off over his head. He goes, "I'm going to go to the front desk at a hotel. They have to give you
They have to give you a
whatever
gun if
you ask for."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, "I'm going to go ask
Yeah.
for Tums." So he's doing that. And then we're all going to do after is that there's a rooftop bar at the Pfister. Who knew?
Okay.
Okay, well, the Phillies will be there tonight,
Yeah,
so
I'm
how about
sure.
that? But so I make it and my shoes are off at this. I'm barefoot
course, yeah.
running through the Pfister.
Asking if anyone needs help.
I am Eloise of the Pfister, okay? I make it to the
You have a
front-
bug?
Yes, I have a pug, and he's as old as time. I make it to the front desk. Now I'm badgering them. "Have you seen my husband?" And they're like, "I don't know, lady." And I'm like, "I bet you gave him Tums." They're like, "We did give a guy Tums." I was like, "Where'd he go?" They're like, "The roof where I suspect all your other friends are too." And I was like,
Okay, a clue.
"Write that in my handy dandy notebook, and I'm on my way." Oh my God. Like, it happened more than once too. Like, one of the nieces got a nosebleed, and I was like, "Hey."
Go to the front desk and ask for a tissue.
Oh, I'm like kneeling next to her, like, "Oh, can you help?" Oh, help. And then one of the
You're
family
like tearing a piece off of your dress.
and one of the family members comes over and is like very gently like, "You can go to the after party. Please, be free." Yeah, so that was good. That was Wisconsin. Very fun. I loved staying at Callie's. I'll touch on that later.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then I flew to DC to meet my nephew,
Congratulations.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the world, young
Michael.
Michael.
And welcome to the stage, baby Michael.
You do a dip.
He was
And then he comes busting out of these drawers.
He's a good guy. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Cutie.
Yeah, can't wait to. But my jelly cat didn't arrive in time.
I was going to ask, did he like it?
Didn't arrive in time.
Okay, well, he's
That's
still...
one of the customer service fights I'm in right now. It's
Right.
fine.
You're battling a couple of...
God gives his hardest battles to his bravest soldiers. Yeah.
Well, you got time to get that jelly cat.
It apparently has already arrived at my parents. They're going to forward the jelly cat.
Oh my god.
It's nice of them.
Yeah.
But at what cost?
Oh, probably a steep one.
Yeah. I think Nancy Florals in Oregon should cover it.
I agree.
I'll name them. All right. So what have you been consuming?
A lot, actually. Well,
Besides milk.
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 I've been consuming a lot, but... Uh-oh, milk mouth.
Baby Michael.
It's not funny to do an impression of baby Michael. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I have been consuming a lot, but I am going to try to narrow my focus to 2 areas. Okay. One is a book that I already soft launched during the last episode. Megan, my sister-in-law, recommended both summer romance and problematic summer romance. I finished problematic summer romance, and I have many notes on it.
Okay.
Would you like to hear them?
Yeah, please.
So this is our latest Allie Hazelwood venture.
Right, which we love her.
And I have to say, she is making a run at my favorite romance author, Emily Henry. I actually think I'm ready to, and I know I've only read 3 books by her, but I might be ready to say she's unseated Emily Henry.
Whoa.
I just think she's really good.
She is really good.
I mean, 3 books I've read by her, a 4-star and 2 5-stars. Like,
they're really good.
And I'm giving problematic summer romance a 5-star. I initially gave it a 4, but then when I was doing my notes for the pod today, I was like, I'm going to give this a 5.
I gotta read it.
Yeah.
And you know what, Emily, love her, but she's inconsistent.
True.
I've read her books and I've been like, if this weren't Emily Henry, I probably would have put it down.
That's a really good point. And what I like so much about Allie Hazelwood is, like, she's one of those, you know, we've talked about this before, how our, like, English teachers growing up used to say, like, I can tell when you've written your paper, even if your name isn't on it. Mm-hmm. And Allie Hazelwood really, like, her voice is so strong. On it.
Yep.
And I just really like it. My first thing I want to say is that I have to tip my hat to an original concept. Would you tip your hat for me? I feel like her concepts are very original. And this one was so original that at first I was like, this can't be the plot. I thought it was so original. Like, maybe I might be probably blowing it out of proportion.
No, I thought Deep End was very original too.
So this one is about this woman. Obviously, she is a woman in STEM. She is a genius. She works at she got her PhD in some fucking physics, I think. And she has an older brother who's much older than her, and both of their parents are dead. Okay. We also don't get into how they died at all, which was interesting. Okay. Both of her parents are dead, so the brother ended up kind of, like, raising her through her teenage years and into college. She was, like, a really bad teen, like, did a lot of drugs, whatever. Then she goes off to Scotland for college. Okay. And she's like, fuck you to my brother, whatever. Wow. She's just like, I'm doing my own thing. Her brother, meanwhile, is, like, operating this really successful startup. He's also a man in STEM. And he's really rich, so he can, like, take care of her. Okay. He's got this best friend that he runs the company with, who's this Irish guy named Connor. Mm-hmm. He's, like, not really that much of a figure until this girl, Maya. That's her main character's name.
I like that name.
Yes. She goes off to Scotland. She gets into this relationship. Guy breaks up with her to get with her best friend. And she's, like, obviously, like, devastated. So she tries to call her brother. Her brother's, like, off doing business. And so she ends up somehow getting connected with the best friend, Connor. And he's this, like, curmudgeonly Irish guy. He's not very nice to her and is kind of, like, dismissive, but then but is, like, also kind of sweet. She gets home that day to her apartment that she shares with the best friend who's now dating her ex-boyfriend.
The best friend goes for it?
Oh, the best friend is, like, they're both like, we're leaving you for each other.
Oh my god.
She shows up at her apartment that day, and he's flown to Scotland to pretend to be her boyfriend. And they do this, like, quick little fake dating ruse. It's, like, 2 days. It's not, like, he just, like, or pretends to be, like, pursuing her. And he's hot, so, like, everyone's like, ooh. Okay. And he's also, like, 12 years older than her, 14 years. It's, like, a significant age difference.
I like that.
Yeah. And then he's, like, taking care of her, but they're also, like, kind of vibing, and you're like, oh, what's going on here? Uh-huh. And then she's like, I'm gonna hook up with him. And he is like, what? But then, like, gives her an orgasm. But then the next day is gone, and he's like, that can never happen again. Like, that was crazy. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, he's, like, freaked out by his own actions. Most of the novel takes place present day at her brother's wedding. Okay. He's now getting married. Connor's obviously there. In the 3 years since that event in Scotland, they have become really close friends, and they talk on the phone all the time. But there's nothing romantic going on. But Maya's like, you like me. And, like, fuck you. Also, 10 months at the wedding. Sorry, I feel like I'm not doing a good job of explaining.
No, this is great.
And I don't want to. You should still read it.
I will.
But at the wedding, they haven't spoken in 10 months because 10 months prior he was like, we have to stop this. This is, like,
Stop being best friends?
Stop, like, talking on the phone all the time. Like, this is not... He's like, I need you to, like, date. He's like, we are not... Like, this isn't healthy. Like, you should date people your age. Like...
And, like, how old is she?
She's 24, 23.
She's just a girl.
And he's, like, mid to late 30s.
Oh
so it's, like, a little odd. But he's like, this is, like, I feel like a pervert, basically. Like, and, like, we are too close. This is weird. He's also like, I'm starting to date someone. And something about our relationship just, like, it needs to stop. And she's like, no, fuck you. I love you.
Oh.
And, like, you love me, too. And he's like, no, I don't. Like, and he's kind of a jerk.
Oh, my God.
Like, and that's why at the beginning of the book, she's like, I'm at this wedding, and he's there, and, like, I know he loves me, and, like, let's see if this happens. And he's like, I don't love you. Like, he is, like, very, like, I don't love you.
Oh, my God.
Until she eventually cracks him, obviously.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a very original premise, because literally at the beginning I was like, he must not be the love interest. Like, this guy is, like, such a jerk. I was like, surely, like, she'll fall for another wedding guest. Like, I don't know. It was... the book surprised me in a lot of ways, which I liked.
Right.
And also, I just thought it's just so well written. Like, I think she's a beautiful writer. I wrote down 2 lines that I really, like, highlighted that I liked. It's kind of, like, cheesy, but the world is so big and we are just clumps of atoms, stem. What's a tiny bit of heartbreak when faced with the vastness of mankind?
Wow. And
then there's this other part at the end where he's like, there's also, like, kind of like a I want to impregnate you storyline. Like, kink that they both have.
Okay.
Like, she was like, I want to have your babies, and he's like, I can't wait to, like, impregnate you. But when they finally, like, admit that they like each other, he, like, admits this fantasy he's had of her where she, like, lives at his house, and he comes home and she's there just, like, doing her thing. And she says to herself, heartbreaking that he would change nothing about me. Which I just thought was beautiful.
Wow. Wow.
I also wrote down 4 words that I had to look up. 4 words.
Yeah.
In a romance novel.
And again, you have a very good vocabulary.
And I would like to test you. I think you'll get at least 2.
I don't
Maybe
think
even
so. 3. Oh my God, what if
first
we get 9?
The first one I looked
stupid
up,
today.
The first one I looked up and I was like, of course! Oh! Okay, this one is a STEM word that I had to look up, but I think a STEM woman might get it. You might get it. Meiosis.
Is that like mitosis, but not?
I don't know.
It's like another phase of the cells.
I wrote down cell division.
Meiosis.
It's like cell division towards reproduction.
Yes!
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
the
I'll give
diagram,
it to
and they're
you.
going...
Yeah. I'll give it to you. Okay, this one is really hard. This is a proper noun, I think. Antediluvian?
Before something.
Oh, I thought you were going to get it exactly right, but you were just using your context clues.
Before... Wait, what was the last part of it?
Diluvian?
Diluvian?
Yeah.
Before... Diluvian? Before the time of...
It's really hard.
I don't know.
Before Noah's Ark. The time
Before Noah's Ark?
So I think it's like the Book of Genesis.
Diluvian?
Antediluvian, yeah. And I'm like really like Catholic. Yeah. I know my Catholic shit. So.
No.
Okay, this one I think you could get maybe. Moribund. Let's see.
Moribund.
I'm trying to think of the Moribund.
Moribund.
I'm trying to think of a way to use it in a sentence. Penn State was sort of in a moribund condition before the renovation.
Decrepit?
Sure. Yeah, in terminal decline. So, like, dying.
Terminal.
Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to...
Wow, that was bad.
Give another tip of the hat to Allie Hazelwood on her vocabulary. What a joy.
Yikes.
Okay, and then the last thing I just wanted to... Or a couple of things. I thought that the main character was just so likable.
Yeah.
And I was trying to, like, figure out why I liked her so much. She's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to work in STEM.
Love
which
it.
was, like, finally someone... Like, she's,
Finally.
like, really good at STEM, but she doesn't want it. She wants to be a teacher.
Perfect.
So I liked that. And she was a huge horn dog, which I feel like the other books, Allie Hazelwood books, sure, but, like, she really, like, admits to it a lot in the book.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just, like, really
Yeah.
And I just, like, loved that. But there were just, like, a couple of lines that I wanted to point out. There's at one point where she's, like, talking to Connor. This is, like, before they get together, and she's like, would you mind if I asked you approximately 200 highly unseemly and increasingly intrusive questions about your dysfunctional family? Which I found really relatable.
Yeah, totally.
That's, like, how I flirt. It doesn't usually work. It's not really, like, hot to bring up your relationship with your mom. And then this part is, she's like, at the end of the book, he's like, I only want this if you're in charge. Like, because of our age gap, because that is a thing they have to, like, eventually reckon with. He's like, you have to be in charge. Like, I can't, like, I need you to call all the shots, basically, because otherwise, like, this power dynamic is going to be weird.
Yeah.
And she just goes, he's like, I want you to be in charge. And she says, Connor, if it's pegging you want, you only have to ask. Like, it's just very funny.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, so refreshing to have, like, a witty, smart main character.
Yeah.
Because I actually, Megan, sister-in-law, something she brought up to me recently is the idea of, like, the main character always has to be kind of a dumb bitch in a lot of these novels. And
totally.
She is not. And I think in a lot of the Allie Hazelwood books, they're not.
No, they're really smart, even.
Which is really refreshing. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I'll say is they don't kiss until the end, and I didn't even notice. They have a lot of, they have very many sexual encounters, but they don't kiss until, like, the end of the book.
Wow. That's like prostitute rules.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
I think you're right. Like, her originality really comes through, but, like, I think part of what is original is she pushes the stakes so high and so far that you genuinely don't understand that this is conforming with trope. Like, it's like, you're like, maybe they don't end up together in a romance.
Yeah, you're kind of like, I don't know if this is going to work out.
No, for real.
This guy's 14 years older than her.
Like, deep end, the whole time I'm like, there's, like, this girl has never had a friend.
Yeah.
And now her only real friend in the world, and she's an extremely lonely person, that is her hallmark, her only friend in the world is the still very attached ex-girlfriend of the boy she's dating. Yeah. Like, there's no world in which that actually works.
But then somehow I believe it.
Same. Yeah. But, like, the stakes were so high that I thought this romance cannot possibly succeed.
Yeah.
And then she pulls it out in the end. But, like, an age difference where, like, it's the brother and the brother's, like, a parent figure and it's the brother's business partner. Like, yeah, that feels pretty insurmountable. It's like, that is... But you, like... I don't know, it's also kind of true to life. Like, you see people who shouldn't be together and it gets normalized over time and you're like, oh yeah, of course they were always together.
And you can't help who you
can't help it.
You can't help it. And I do think it's like, I think it's weird because it's like she does still follow, like, she still follows, like, Save the Cat. Totally. But her tropes are just a little bit different. And it's, she does it a little funky. It's really inspiring, and I'll talk about it a little bit with my writing stuff. I was feeling very inspired by her. Where I was just like, let's just, like, break out a little bit of, like, expectation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I wanted. That's what I've been reading.
Okay, so. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Well, I need to follow up on my decidedly not Allie Hazelwood Woman in STEM book. Yes. I had talked about what's it even fucking called?
Genetic Ally.
That's the name of the company. The last Christina Lauren that's, like, all about...
The love quotient or the love formula. Soulmate equation.
You're good. Yeah, good. Okay, well, lo and behold, there's a sequel. Okay. I'm reading it.
The book she hated.
I did hate it. I was on a flight with no downloads.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah, so I just fucking ripped it. This one's called The True Love Experiment. And it is still all within the same world where genetically is, like, the biggest tech company in the world.
Of course, yeah.
Great. But this time it is the best friend of our protagonist in the last book.
Okay.
She's a romance author. And she was always kind of like the brassy foil to our very, kind of rational, straight-laced, and like self-preservational to the point of self-defeatism kind of heroine in the last book. Now she's taken center stage, this brassy bitch.
Where she always wanted to be.
Where she always wanted to be. And it's funny that you're saying, like, you like so much about Maya.
Yeah.
In Problematic Summer Romance. It's like that she is funny and witty. Like, it's almost like Christina Lauren can't help themselves, and they're like, every other joke is about sex. And it's like potty humor.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's like,
I should say that those were selections.
Right.
Very well placed. Like, it's not like she's constantly talking about sex. It's just like it is something she
right.
Like, it's a part of her overall.
You can tell that's what Christina Lauren wants this heroine Fizzy to be, but instead Fizzy's like, and this is interestingly written in like split perspective. Like every other chapter, you pretty much bounce between the male or the love interest and Fizzy.
Fizzy is her name?
Fizzy. Her name is Felicity Chen, but everyone calls her Fizzy.
People don't fucking do that. And I know that you call my name is kind of Siege, but still, Fizzy's not a name. This isn't Dragon Tales. You can't be called Fizzy.
Fizzy. And like when we're in his perspective, he's always like, she just lights up a room. And the stuff she's saying is like, boing boner. You're kind of like, whoa, wait a second, buddy. Like, women can talk openly about sex and
without
it's
it being like
to the point where I'm kind of like, girl, I don't think you've had an authentic moment all book.
I don't like that, yeah.
But,
it becomes, it's like, that's just a one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're trying to create this, like, formulaic character of, like, woman who is, and you're just, it's clear that you're just trying to follow, like, a recipe.
Kinda, yeah.
You're not being actually creative.
Right, and she's like, she just runs head first into things and then figures it out later. I'm like...
I thought you meant literally that she runs head first into things. And I'm like, I hate this bitch.
Fizzy, more like Dizzy.
Keep your eyes up, bitch.
Right. So, it's really, I'm having... And it's long. I feel like I've been reading for hours and I'm like 35% of the way into the book.
Oh,
it's
no.
long. But... the setup is relevant just in its relation to your writing.
Okay.
Fizzy's a romance author. The love interest, Connor too, actually.
Well, I'll be.
Well,
one and or two.
Two.
Mine is one. Apparently the Irish spelling. Okay.
This guy's American-Irish. Yeah. No, he's British.
Ah! Perhaps they fight each other in a different novel.
I'd rather be reading that one, and I hate war. I hate reading about
Unless
war.
we're in the Fourth Wing universe.
And then, I'm really interested in the fucking, but I'm okay with the war. Yeah, no, so here's the thing, so Fizzy, she's like this...
She's got a cigarette.
She's like this romance novelist. She's lost her spark, though. She can't get it up. She can't write, whatever. And then this guy he's a film producer, but he's mostly ever done documentaries. Now his San Diego outfit, his small production firm, has been given the mandate, hey, get into stuff that actually pays, reality. So now he has to now convert into reality TV.
Okay.
He has to come up with a dating show.
Okay.
That's his mandate. And he is so taken with Fizzy, the romance novelist. He's like, I'm going to build a whole show around her. And part of the like unlearning he has to do and merit she has to confer onto him is like the reality TV audience and the romance audience have a lot of cross section. Cause girl, and it is a noble audience, and that's what she's here to teach him.
Okay.
Because he's like, hey,
he knows it, but he needs to be taught it.
But pretty much, he's like, I do documentaries and they're serious, and Fizzy's like, actually, reality and love.
Okay, this is starting to feel like my book.
Yeah. So it's actually, like, interesting, and what I thought was really fun about the book so far that I'm kind of jealous you get to do, you have to make a show.
I was just thinking about this.
Yeah.
How I have to almost... No, I'm not going to tip my cap to Christina Lauren, but maybe I'll, like, salute.
That feels even more
maybe I'll, like, turn my hat backwards. I don't know.
She's Seriously.
I have to turn my hat backwards to the number of like products you have to invent in a book, like
Totally.
to the point of genetic ally. Like I'm over here like, and right now I just don't feel like doing it. So
Shark Tank.
I'm creating like brand names for things. I'm like, I'll get back to this, but like,
Totally.
I can see where it spins out of control. Where you're just like, I gotta come up with a company real quick, and then you're like, fuck, I've created a whole book around this fake company with this fuck ass name. Because currently, I have 2 shows in my book, and they both have like fuck ass names, and I'm like, eventually, someone who's not me has to deal with that.
Yeah.
But that's like a whole other.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be a good copywriter as well as a good writer.
And a good like gamesman.
I totally don't even get me started. I know. I'm like, when am I gonna figure out the premise for this fucking show?
It's really interesting. The premise in this book, because Fizzy's a romance novelist, they're kind of developing the show together now, she and Connor. But she was like, I want 8 heroes in the show. They're all matched to a romance trope.
Oh, see, that's actually pretty impressive.
It's kind of fun. Yeah. And then like it actually, I think, gives them a lot of like domain expertise because this romance concept is so in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So like the show feels actually pretty fun and like organic.
See, that's where it's like you really took something that you know well. Yeah. That's why I feel good about the baseball thing, because it's like, I know baseball.
You know baseball.
I don't really know TV production though, so like I gotta.
That's fine. It's not like production. I don't know that Christina or Lauren do that.
True.
But they know romance enough to make like a show. I would watch that show.
Right, which is why I think the Allie Hazelwood books really sing, because she knows STEM,
academic.
but she doesn't
knows
like
academia.
And it's like this was a nice one where like there's STEM, but it's not like the focus of the book.
Yeah.
But like it's super believable. Once again, yeah.
There's also an element to the show where it airs. They got a Saturday evening slot, which is not good. Fuck. But it airs, and they do kind of the crash editing, much like Love Island, where the fans at home are voting on compatibility.
Fun.
And the underlying premise of the show, this was the real hook, that don't worry, genetically is coming back around. The premise is you've got the heroes, but they've also done the genetically pairing for each of them with Fizzy.
Wow.
And so they're gonna just like film like with as much fidelity and as little intervention.
No, it's actually Felicity. Sorry.
Right, and it's not Fizzy, it's Fitty.
Okay, sorry.
They're not doing this, they're just like filming the dates, and then they're letting the American public vote, and then they're seeing if if chemistry that like everyone can see can actually outperform the genetically.
Got it, okay.
Or
we already know the product is fucked, so...
No, the first book would have you believe the product is the only way you can find love.
But they're like lying about like the results. They at the very least they need to have like get clean house genetically.
Oh, genetically sold.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, I'm back in.
Yeah. So whatever. But yeah, you gotta write a whole show. You gotta build a whole show.
I know. I'm really stressed about it.
Yeah.
And I keep putting it off. I'm like, that's ancillary, and it's like it's not.
I think I have thought about it more. I think it's so perfect that your best friend is going to be in-house counsel, though, because I think that's a really involved stakeholder.
Yeah, they're going to be on the phone a lot.
Yeah.
Stress.
Yes, that's what I'm reading begrudgingly. So long, so far to go. But wait, I read something else. Do you mind if I just really quickly?
Please.
Just briefly, I read something really good.
Okay.
Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall.
Okay.
Heartbreaking.
Really?
Beautifully written.
Oh, okay.
It is set in like 1960s countryside England.
Okay.
But it is as propulsive and as contemporary as anything I've ever read. Like It's literary fiction, but it reads like a fucking thriller that
Okay.
you buy at an airport. It is a page turner.
Okay.
It does time jump. Normally I'm like, woo! It bothers me, but not in
Normally
this
it gives you
case.
vertigo.
And you know I have very low blood pressure. It's really beautiful but deeply sad.
Okay.
My main note is it is a love triangle that actually tears my ass up.
Say more on that.
I was equally invested. This is no
Oh.
Jeremiah. This is no Jeremiah and Conrad. This
Okay.
is two people
This
that
is like two Conrads.
It's two Conrads.
I only see men as Jeremiah and Conrad now.
It's two Conrads.
Okay.
And that makes it really tough. And then, like, a lot of what is keeping them apart, like, in various turns, the woman from one guy or the other, is miscommunication.
Oh,
But
you hate that.
And I do, but in this case, actually the format, like, form here saves me from content
Okay.
because it didn't feel like you're spending pages and pages sitting with the miscommunication. Like, some of the biggest, like, lies of omission are only revealed in the final, like, 20 pages.
Oh, interesting.
Which is crazy. And you're
Yeah.
kind of like, but you're believing the stakes all along, but you're at certain turns, like, and you're never even, the time jumping doesn't leave you hanging either. Like, why would that character do that?
Yeah.
Or, like, why can't they just do this? Like, it's really sophisticated, like, book structure.
Okay.
And then some big reveals that kind of, like, are these powerful punches to the gut, like that is pure motive. Like, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's murder. And then the other thing is, like, you might guess by the name of the book, country.
Yeah.
This is set in a rural.
Yes.
But it's almost like, I don't know how to say this. It's like the most authentic mise en scène.
How do I? We spent about 20 minutes talking about what mise en scène means. That was really good acting, though.
I just remembered I do know how to say this. And I had to ask the French girls how to say it.
Yeah.
No, but it's like a really
Do you want me to tap
please,
in?
yeah.
It does a really good job of making you feel like you're in the place.
Yes. Yes.
detail.
And that the place, though it's not one I typically want to spend time in.
Right.
Rural farm country. I guess it's the opposite of Sweet Magnolias. It doesn't feel like
Suffocating or...
Yeah, or that, like, I'm not actually learning about the place. Like, Sweet Magnolias, I'm learning to entrench my stereotypes about your place.
I'm learning about a caricature
deeper.
of...
Yeah. Whereas this is, like, you're not, like, told, like, and this is how it works on the farm.
Yeah.
You're, like, growing to learn how it works on the farm by virtue of putting on your overalls and getting out there. You know?
By scooping shit.
By waking up every morning and doing a hard day's work.
Wow.
And not coming home till you're bone tired. Okay. And it also becomes, like, it is believable enough situational, like it's believable enough setting that you even will take the setting as motive for certain actions down the road. Where, like,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, like,
The place is a character, so to speak.
Yes, and it's so weird because, like, I, as a reader, it takes a lot to convince me that, like, being country strong is the why.
Yeah, yeah.
But by the end of the book, like, there's this moment between the protagonist and then one of the men where they have gone through unspeakable tragedy together, and they're in a quiet moment, like, in the night in bed together, and she turns to him and is like, is it worth it? Like, is getting up each morning and continuing to fight to have a relationship together worth it? Like, it's so much unspoken. It's like, is all of this fucking worth it? Because they have lost so much that it's like they could just cut loose. And his answer is like, we have a greater obligation than just to each other. It's to this land. It's to the generations who will live on this land after us.
Wow.
And I believed it.
And you were like, yes.
Like, and that's, I'm hard pressed to be like,
right.
we gotta hoe this. We gotta hoe this. That's all.
We just gotta hoe this. I don't know what to tell you guys.
We gotta hoe this.
You
But
were
I
putting on
was
your
like, yeah.
overalls.
Yeah, and the other, so obviously one of the love interests is a farmer, and the other is like an aristocrat.
Okay.
And I tend to skew aristocrat.
I'm shocked.
But
You're rooting for
I
country boy?
I'm telling you, my ass was torn up. I didn't know who I was
You
rooting
didn't know
for.
which way your ass was, but it was torn up.
It was torn up. And another thing I'll say about the farm, there's a lot of death on the farm. There are a lot,
Well, yeah, of
there are a lot of
course.
accidents. And there are deaths of both animals and children.
Oh, Jesus.
Some of the most tragic deaths that can be.
Yes. I don't mean to laugh.
But it really, it worked.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I will say, I finished the book, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I finished it at like 1 a.m., reading light, full glaring light, mittens asleep, like, God Christ. And still I didn't turn off the light, because I just needed to sit with it for a good, like, 15.
That is a mark of an
It's like,
excellent book.
Oof, yeah.
Well, that was really interesting, and I have to read that book now.
I would recommend, yeah.
Wow. And of course, the Proust of it all.
So as we spend 20 minutes discussing mise en scène, she just Proust.
Well, you know some Proust.
And you guys know.
Yeah, so
we don't need to get into it.
Yeah, I'm obviously not going to explain that, because you know.
Because you get it. Let's just dip our toe into cousins.
Okay, we're going to dip our toes so quickly into cousins, because...
Because we always do it so fast.
yeah, we don't usually spend half the episode talking about cousins. We haven't watched this week's episode. Last week was the wedding. We both had...
The wedding that didn't happen.
The non-wedding.
Yeah.
Quick fire takes.
Steven and Denise. Don't tell me you kissed and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
We've been watching you on screen for episodes. You guys have fire chemistry. You
Lazy writing, Jenny Han. You're better than that.
Lazy.
I don't believe that kiss was bad.
Don't cast that little baddie if you want us to believe that pants aren't stirring when she walks by.
I think that's so cheap. What is this, like a 90s sitcom? What is this, Friends?
Right. Also, like, okay, you had one kind of bad kiss. Everyone tries again.
Yeah, at least give it one more.
And it didn't look that bad.
No, it looked it looked pretty good to me.
Pretty good to me. And they shouldn't be fraternizing. They are starting a business together.
Yeah, no.
But
I mean, obviously, it
I
can
feel
never
like that
happen.
forbidden aspect would make them even hornier for each other. So
Also, like, I think that would have been... I would have respected that. Well, I guess she wants us to believe that they will never get together. Because I would have respected that more, to be like, oh, listen, we do want to kiss each other, but, like, we can't start off like that as business partners. I would have respected that writing choice more.
right, same.
Yeah.
It's just like bad kiss.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never be together.
That's crazy.
If I were Taylor, I would not rest on my laurels.
No, I would not feel comfortable. No. Other quick fire take is that Taylor, finally, thank you for being mean to Belly. She fucking deserved
Not
it.
even mean.
Yeah.
Belly was cruel.
Belly was not nice.
And then Taylor was just honest for once in her life.
Yeah, but I loved when she was like, stop doing your TikTok therapy at me. Because I was kind of like, okay, I don't know if Belly and Jeremiah are codependent. They're just wrong for each other.
Yeah.
And maybe a little codependent.
Right. But Belly, she cut deep.
Yeah, she did. Excited to see Belly go to Paris. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that later tonight.
I think I'll go to Paris tonight. Instead
As long
of cousins.
as old Jeremiah is in there, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Is he there?
I
Have you watched?
I don't know.
If that man shows up in Paris,
The embassy shouldn't allow him in.
should not allow.
Passport control should not allow him into the
He
country.
should not have a passport.
He should be in jail.
I am obviously very opposed to alligator Alcatraz. I think one man should live there. Jeremiah Fisher.
Yeah, you had a nice cushy life in Cousins. You're going out to whatever.
You could land that plane.
No, I couldn't.
But we're going to land in Paris pretty soon.
Yeah, so that was actually a pretty light touch on Cousins, I'd say.
Yeah,
One of our lightest yet.
Fine, we were good.
I'm going to take $1 from the Cousins jar for
And a
being
pear.
very good. And pears.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about writing, shall we?
If we have to.
I'll start.
Please.
I'm actually having a lot of fun right now with my writing. Sorry. I haven't done like a ton, but what I'm working on right now is rewriting their first meeting. Because last time we checked in about writing, I'm kind of like rewriting the first part of the book because I had to shift things. And I just got to the part of their first meeting, and I was like, something about this just isn't like singing for me. Because it was like, they're immediate enemies. And one thing I really like about enemies to lovers is when they are enemies, but they had like some kind of like, they weren't enemies at first, or like there was like a level of attraction or something. Like
One's been yearning.
there's been a bit of yearning. Like with my favorite book, Beach Read.
Yeah.
Like they kind of were into each other in college, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to do the college thing because I was like, first of all, I can't get into college.
What?
Right
Now I have to make up a school?
Exactly. I'm so busy.
I have to build a
I
curriculum.
have to they'd be going to Finch. I would just be like...
Oh, now we have to wonder if he overlapped with Jeremiah, who was there 8 years?
I would have to send them to Finch.
Oh, hell no.
So I was like, and it just feels like overdone. So I was like, let me think of like a different, and it just kind of like, again, as I'm trying to free myself a little bit and just like have fun with the writing, because obviously the deadlines have gone completely out the window. Jeeves is like rolling in her early grave.
Got 50,000 words to it.
Yep.
Yep.
The deadlines have kind of gone out the window, so now I'm just kind of like having fun, and so I was like, let's just like have fun with this, and like and I'm just kind of letting it come to me, and like it kind of is. So I just was like, let's put them out. I'm not gonna say what I did, but I was like, I kind of almost wanted to be like a meet cute at work gone wrong.
Okay.
Where like they hit it off really quickly, and then all of a sudden like there's a misstep, a bad misstep, and then
Wait, I'm loving
they're
that.
just like, pfft.
Oh, Seegers, that's good.
So I gave them, I'm really happy. I'm like, I gave them both a hobby, like a shared hobby.
A hobby farm.
What the fuck is a hobby farm?
Oh,
You're
it's
like
not
in
to
the country.
Meat or dairy. It's just to raise animals for fun.
Oh, I
They're-
see. Like when you have chickens.
Yes. A hobby farm.
So it's not that, but they do they have the same hobby, and they initially connect on that, and
They initially
connect on that. And I don't want to spoil anything, but it's gonna come back later in the book, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so I have and initially I had the meeting in the elevator because I've got an elevator king. I just
Did I
love
not
it.
mention that before? Yeah.
I got an elevator king. I'm busy right now.
Give me a glass of milk.
I think elevators are a great forcing function. However, I took them out of the elevator because the hobby didn't, I needed them to have a hobby. So they're in a different part of the building, don't worry about it.
Far.
No. Here's something I'm worried about that I'm making. They're obviously so now this has introduced a new problem. Making them hit it off quickly has introduced a new problem where I'm like, he's too likable.
No.
So I need him to really like
do something devastating.
Actually, and I think as I'm talking through this, like I didn't change the thing he says that like makes them enemies, but maybe I need him to like really put his foot in his mouth. Like it needs to be more than just like a sentence. Like he really needs to like go off on a tirade.
Yeah, something so I think, don't come at me with your TikTok therapy.
Yeah, something that would end a wedding. Because I was like, this man is so dashing. And I'm really just a bit hot and bothered over him.
Fuck yeah.
But I'm really happy with how that's going. Also, as I'm like editing, I'm not really editing, but like it's funny going back. Also, I wrote a lot last night after, because I knew we had this day, so I was like, time to write. I went after my open mic that I host with Kendall, and like just a conversation I had with Kendall was kind of like in my head, because I have this joke that I have been saying at Hot Mic for like 3 months, and it never gets a laugh, to the point where now it's a bit where I go, who's ready to hear the joke that no one laughs at? And then like last night people were laughing at that, which is not good. But I'm trying to get this joke right where I'm talking about the guy I used to date who's gay, and I say like, oh, I should have known that he was gay when we first started dating, because his top artist of the year was Shawn Mendes. And then I go into the fact that like on one of our first dates we played the game Life, and I do this extended bit where I'm like, that's how little sexual tension we had. I was like, would you rather be an accountant or a veterinarian? And then I end the bit with like, and then when it was time to put a person in his car with him, he put a little blue guy in his car with him. And I think that's so funny.
It is funny.
But it never gets a laugh.
It's funny.
And I was like bemoaning this to Kendall. I was like, I think it's so funny. And like the first time I did it, it got laughs, and that's why I can't kill it. And she was like, I think you just need to flip it. Like, it comes too late in the bit. Like,
yeah.
Put it at the front. And it, like, I think it's like people get, sometimes it's hard when you have these, like, it's like a kill your darlings thing where it's like, you write a bunch of jokes you like, and then it's like, I don't want to kill any of them. Yeah. But, like, actually, maybe I should kill everything but the blue guy joke, and then maybe it would be funny again. But it's just, it was, like, helpful to hear. And she, like, immediately was like, you should just move it. And I was like, oh, why haven't I thought of that? And then I went home and worked on the book, and I was, like, kind of trying to come at it with that perspective of, like, what if I'm just, like, someone who hasn't touched this, and, like, can just, like, see the Matrix a little bit. And I was, like, deleting shit.
I can't believe you were able to get that kind of objectivity on your own work.
I mean, only a little. That's
amazing, though.
But I was just like, especially because joke writing, you have to be very like. Yeah. I don't know, and I'm not saying I'm good at this, but like.
You are.
Well, okay. I just mean like part of the art is learning how to like kill your darlings and tighten things. Yeah. Get rid of things, and so like, it's very small stuff I was cutting, but I was just like there's a lot of like. Yeah. Filler here that's like funnier or more like impactful if you just cut stuff. So there is some power in editing.
Take one accessory off.
Yeah, I was taking accessories off last night.
Really? Oh,
but yeah.
Don't lick your thumb and
more chocolate on my pants.
Okay. Love that. Yeah. And you're feeling really hot and bothered by it.
I was just having fun last night, and I was like, every time I go back to writing the book, I have so much fun, and I just want to be more consistent. That's my only, like...
Because it is fun. Yeah. When you're in the groove.
Yeah, and especially if I don't see it like a chore, I feel like right now I'm, like, really in, like, a...
Right, no, totally.
And it's like, I just need to have fun with it, and I think...
on it.
And I have said this a billion times on the podcast, I just need to write every day, because if I do that, then it will be, like, fun. Same. But right now it feels like a chore to get to that point.
Because you have to just, like, really do a lot of work to just, like, get into it.
Yeah.
We're suffering from inertia right now.
Yeah,
and we just
exactly. And I just, like...
To change
like, even last night... And it was just because I was, like, writing a scene that was fun. So I was, like... I wrote, like, 1,000 words. And I was like, wow, I could, like, do this if I just were consistent.
I know.
Yeah.
But if we wrote 1,000 words a day,
we wouldn't be that far behind.
We wouldn't be that far behind. Okay, yeah.
I don't think I can write 1,000 words a day. But, like, I can write every day.
I can write every day. I can write every day. Well, so... I'm not having that much fun.
And that's also valid.
To write is to rewrite for me. And I finally got to the place where, because the best friend is an important, just like, I want their friendship to be like really core to this, like, who my character is. But then also she's like, we've been talking about how like the best friends are important forcing functions too. And you want to avoid the best friend being like, hey, you always said that you wanted this. Mm-hmm. Or like, and that won't work because you're stubborn in this way. Like, I don't want that to be the case. But I am like, okay, if I have this plot where this best friend and like reuniting with her and being a good friend to her is like very, very central to my protagonist's total arc, like the journey she has to go on. I gotta get my hands around that little friend of hers. I gotta really pin her down. And I realized I had spent a lot of page count, like just a lot of words, setting up like just the ambient like dissatisfaction of my protagonist's life in the before of it all, in the one.
Yeah,
we've not broken into two.
Yeah, of course
fair.
not. Yeah. We yearn to break into two.
We yearn to break into two. I spend a lot of just surface area, like setting up all these different like vignettes of like unhappiness.
Yeah.
And it's like with her boss, with her boyfriend's mom, with her like only work friend who's really more of a frenemy. And it's like, I could, to the point of editing, like you can communicate a lot about each of the, like those, just that I have 3 people whose shittiness can be a compounding like composite picture of, like I don't need to spend 10 pages with each. Like I don't need 3 discrete vignettes of like, this is what like this is brunch with my boyfriend's mom, and this is a night out with my bad friend, and this is a meeting with my boss. Like it all felt
you could probably do it in like one scene, really.
Like, probably, yeah. And because I let all of that, like it's kind of like I think the plight of a pantser.
Yeah.
I had to spend so many pages writing myself into what I needed to know from the beginning. Like a plotter probably would have known from the beginning. That by the time I got to the best friend, who really is meat and potatoes,
I
was like, why have I been stuffing myself on bread? I'm all full of bread. And not good Parisian baguette and full fat butter. Bad bread.
Like shitty Wonder Bread.
Yeah. And I feel like she's not as, robust a character as I need her to be.
You need her to be filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
Yeah.
So I'm going back and tightening her earlier pages.
Okay.
And trying to introduce, like, her absence as the biggest, like, kind of signal of unhappiness or dissatisfaction.
I like that idea.
Rather than, you can have this cast of characters. That's like, but I just don't need to give them as much airtime.
Yeah.
So,
because it's just a lot of work,
right.
Also, and then it's like now you've introduced these 3 characters who are fully fleshed out, and then it's like, are you just gonna leave them in the early? Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Not to pile on.
No, I do have plans.
Okay.
For all 3.
Yeah.
For all 3 of them.
Okay.
But it's still, they don't need to.
Yeah.
I
you
really
just probably edit.
Right, and I did just realize I need to write the best friend's absence in if I want.
I like that
her introduction to mean something.
Yeah, significant. I think that's smart.
Yeah. And then what else you got?
That's kind of it on my writing front. I do feel energized by what I did last night, and sorry, it's still not going well. Like,
going well for you.
Okay.
It is going well.
It's not.
Your happiness is my happiness.
But, like, I still don't see the Matrix. And, like, things are... I'm just having a good... Last night I had a good writing session.
Hell
That's
yeah,
what we're talking
baby.
about. Like, it's not going well.
Okay, what was your context? Like, what... So I can recreate your magic.
I was in bed.
Sitting at your desk? No,
I always write... But I write better in bed. I try to sit at my desk, but that's just always been my... vibe.
My dog just gets in my grill if I do that.
Yeah, that's tough. You need to get like a hammock, eh?
Put him on the ground.
Oh, like he won't bark his fucking head off.
I had one really good day of writing at Variety. Like, I went to a coffee shop.
You did?
Because I think I can't really... I have this problem in general where, like, sitting at my desk isn't effective. I need to be perceived.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah, it's good for me.
I'm gonna try a coffee shop.
Yeah.
What's more, I might try a wine bar.
I think maybe we should do our exercise for next week. Write at a wine bar?
Write at a wine bar. I'd do it.
I want to go to the wine bar.
Yeah, and Jupes comes too.
And Jupes comes too and reads.
Yeah, I love it. Would you like to tell me what the most romantic thing that...
Would you like to offer me a deal I can't refuse?
I would like equity. Would you like to tell me what the most romantic thing that happened to you this week is?
I'd love to. When I was in Wisconsin for Corinne's wedding, I stayed with my parents like on others, but for the nights where we had wedding activities, I stayed at Callie's house. Callie, who has been on the pod before, and she owns a house.
Crazy.
It's like this beautiful family home with like many bedrooms and bathrooms, a finished basement,
Oh my god.
a balcony, and a truly gorgeous lawn that I mean, like the, how do you say the flowers? The flowers and the grass.
Hobby farm?
Her hobby farm is thriving. No,
Gorgeous.
landscaping. The landscaping is so
Sure.
nice. And she really, like, they bought this house this summer. They've owned it for months. The way they made this place a home so fast, like, it genuinely is the romantic thing of my life this week. It's like, it's so funny, too, to, like, have this friend whom I've known since we were in second grade.
Yeah.
And to, like, spend all this time in each other's family houses. Like, from playdates as kids to, like, you know, parties as teenagers.
Yeah.
Don't tell our parents. To now, like, be living, like, staying over, doing a sleepover.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Where my husband and I are staying in a guest bedroom of her family home,
Yeah.
like her home. It's so, I'm looking in her fridge for Martinelli's with a hangover the next morning.
It's giving cousins.
It's giving cousins, and it's like, oh my God. And like only Callie could. This place is just like full of so much like love and just like really like community immediately. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We stayed 2 nights. As we're heading out the door, a new crew is coming in for brunch. Like, she lives by a bunch of her family members. She just is
Yeah,
constantly
she's got-
like hosting these loved ones, creating like these like wonderful memories. Like in her, it's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
She's building like a real adult life.
a real fucking home.
Yeah.
And not to say that our rented apartments aren't
God,
homes,
no.
But I'm like,
I'm gonna die in mine. What?
Not soon.
But not soon.
Not soon, unless you leave the gas on again. Then we're in
Yeah,
trouble.
me and my cats are fucked.
So you gotta turn the gas off because you don't have cats. That's a problem.
Huh?
Yeah, that's my
Oh, I
most
love
romantic.
that.
Callie's
Callie
house.
has such a like. She is home. Okay, that sounds awesome.
No, I got. Okay, bitch. Now I've got a question for you. What's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
Okay. All right, mine's a story. This weekend, or Friday night, I went to a workout class and then I got my nails done. I hadn't eaten dinner yet. I was very hungry.
Did you go to the place with the cockroach?
No, I went to a different Upper East Side place that
Good.
I don't like, so
Okay.
don't even ask.
Okay.
But I was starting to get really hungry, and you know me, I'm not me when I'm hungry.
Totally.
I start to get very, I don't like who I am. I get a little angry, I get a little short. I'm short on sugar when I'm short on sugar. And I recently went to the beach with Jupes and acquired 10 chocolate-covered pretzels. And at the time, Jupes was like 10, and I was like, what, you think I should get 20?
How big are they?
Like, big ones.
You could have
Oh.
done more.
Big ones. Covered with, nonpareils. And I had a billion a day. They were gone like that.
Of course, yeah.
Turns I need to have one after every meal, else I'll perish. So
Totally.
while I'm at the meal salon, I'm like, God, I'm out of those chocolate pretzels, and I need to have one
Oh.
because I'm one, really hungry, and two, they're now a part of my life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, chocolate store near me. And would you believe the Upper East Side has many chocolate
Yeah,
stores?
uh-huh.
So I find the closest one near me.
And what is it?
Well, it's not the closest one near me because I was at a nail salon in the 70s. But what is this place called? I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm like, okay, this is a cute little. It's like Sweet Shop NYC or some shit. So I'm like, I walk there, and I'm like again, I'm not me when I'm hungry. I'm like a single-minded focused on acquiring a chocolate pretzel.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the window and there's like 2 women standing there and this guy is blocking the door and I'm immediately annoyed. I'm like,
hey, buddy.
trying to get in here.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. And the 2 women walk away and I take out my AirPod and I'm like, can I come in? And he's like, you've never been here before, have you? And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, let me show you how this works. He's like, are you trying to get ice cream or are you trying to get sweets? And I said, I'm looking for chocolate covered pretzels. I need them now. And he's like, whoa, all right, you can come in. So he lets me in. Apparently you only get to go in there if you like want candy, if it's ice cream. There's a whole, he's like I run this place like the army. It's like a tiny stall and he's like, I run this place. And he's like, so what do you need? And I'm like, I need a chocolate covered pretzel. I really need it. And he's like, who's it for? And I was like, me, obviously. He was like, no, I know. He got me immediately. He was like, of course it is. And then he just goes, put your hand out. And I was like, okay. Because I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
And he puts just a scoop of these balls in my hand. And
Nice. That's so nice.
He's like, you're going to love this. Put your hand out. I don't even question that. I put the whole thing
What
in.
were they?
They were just chocolate covered pretzel balls. They were like a poor man's pretzel M&M. And I'm like, he's like, you like that? I'm like, I love that. He's like, all right, so you want a bag of those? And then he sets me. I walk out. I pay like $30. I have a haul, and you know the whole time he's like, I don't usually let people in here, but you're sweet. Meanwhile, I'm like being the meanest version of myself because I'm so hungry. But anyway, he was like, and you come back anytime. Next time, just maybe do an Uber Eats order, though, because it's a lot easier.
Oh my God.
But it was just romantic that I was being such a bitch. And this sweet little, he was so nice to me.
That's
He's
cute.
giving me, put your hand out.
Put your hand out.
But it was the romance of New York, of course.
Totally, of course. And that you can be a bitch and you're still sweet.
I can't help it. God.
Yeah. That's very New Yorker.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Oh God, I love it. How old is this man and is he hot?
He was very sweet.
All right, bye.